Now, a few days ago on CobraCast, someone asked me about the backlash that Elon Musk was facing over his visa tweets, talking about bringing more, top level or the top 1% of immigrants over for United States positions and jobs, American jobs. And I didn't really know what they were talking about. We actually read some of the tweets in real time, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of this, so I need to see what's going on with it. Elon Musk was facing a lot of backlash a couple of days ago from a lot of people in the MAGA crowd, and it's only gotten worse. The last 48 hours have been a complete disaster for Elon Musk, and that's putting it lightly right now. And people are starting to get involved with the conversation. People like Laura Loomer, people like Gavin Wax, other MAGA influencers are starting to get involved in the conversation. And now, because there's so much backlash against Vivek and Elon over this, because essentially, to put it in the most simplest terms, what Elon and Vivek are basically saying is a more fancy-based way of doing what the left has been doing for the past 20 years in the United States of America. And they're not putting America first. And it's a different way that they're approaching this, but people are seeing right through it. And it is counter to what Donald Trump ran on. And that's essentially where we're at on that. And it's only gotten worse and worse. But what's really crazy is that a lot of these influencers are losing their verification and their monetization, and this just happened in real time. In fact, one of them is this account right here, Raw Alerts. He just commented on Elon's post, and he's lost his check mark now. He's lost his verification. And this is right after he reported on Laura Loomer losing her subscriptions and verification. Now, Laura Loomer has been going ham on Elon Musk, and I mean, she's been going hard. Ham means hard as a motherfucker, and she has been going ham. So Laura Loomer has deactivated subscriptions at the next renewal date. No, she hasn't. It was all taken from her, and we're going to go over to her account here in just a minute. But Raw Alerts has no check mark either. Verification check mark gone? Yes. And there's a lot of them. So here's Laura Loomer's account. I don't want to look at that one yet. Let me see, because I wanted to leave that one up. So Raw Alerts. Let me pull up Loomer now. Laura Loomer. So you go to Laura Loomer's account right now. Laura Loomer, no check mark, no subscriptions. Right here. I didn't change my profile pic. That's a lie by X to cover up the fact that they just nuked the check mark on my account and my subscriptions because I dared to criticize the H-1B visas today. My profile pic has been the same for months. So right here, she can't access premium anymore. I have now been banned from being able to purchase premium. She's not the only one. There's a lot more. Let me see if I could pull this up. I mean, this is crazy right now. This is all happening in real time. Many people are losing their verifications that were criticizing Elon and Vivek. Right here, here's another one, Patriot J. By the way, Elon Musk personally stole my check mark after my post about H-1B visa issue. Right here, breaking Gavin Wax, who also spoke out against big tech's H-1B policies. Has also just lost his blue check mark without changing anything on his account. Oh, this is wild. There's Brendan Dilly. Whoa, don't get comfortable, boys and girls. The new boss of this place is looking like the old boss. And he's been making some great comments about this whole thing, too. So there's Gavin Wax. My verification badge is now under review. Weird. I didn't change anything. Not this shit again. Brendan Dilly says, I'm about to lose my badge and subscribers, aren't I? Now, this is really what got it started. Laura Loomer absolutely destroys Elon Musk right here. And this is in response to Elon commenting about Laura Loomer. So here's Ian Miles Chong, who says, it's wild to see MAGA turning against Elon, Vivek, David Sachs. Laura Loomer's tweet is Doge a way of to cut spending or redirect the spending towards the pet projects of tech billionaire bros? It's looking like the latter, to be honest. Hey, let's convince the peasants that we are saving them money as we enrich ourselves. Then they find out and speak out. And so right there. And then Elon says, Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore. Okay. So Laura Loomer responds. Now, I want to say this. You can say whatever you want about Laura Loomer. And I think there's some valid questions about Laura Loomer and her behavior. Her support for President Trump is not something you can question. You can question a lot, but you cannot question her support for President Trump. Her support for President Trump is 100% top tier. So, Laura Loomer says, did you know that Elon Musk PAC is largely operated by Governor DeSantis aides and staffers? Okay, whatever. Who cares, right? The same people who burned $500 million trying to take down President Trump in 2024 while he was being indicted and attacked. Somebody said Loomer started it. No, she did not. Loomer did not start this. What she has done is elevated it big time. But the backlash has been going on for days. And no, she didn't start it, but she's damn sure taking it to another level. The backlash has been going on for several days from a ton of people in MAGA. Anyway, I just think it's important for people to know who the players are, especially now that Trump loyalists like myself are being called trolls by people who only decided to support Trump once a bullet almost went through his brain on live TV 4 months before the election. And there's another one actually. Hang on. That she right here. Here we go. Telling the truth isn't trolling. Read the room, Elon Musk. You bought your way into MAGA 5 minutes ago after Trump almost had his head blown off in Butler. Remember when you voted for Biden and propped up Governor Ron DeSantis and you said Trump was too old? We all know you only donated your money so you could influence immigration policies and protect your buddy Xi Jinping. You pretend like you have made such a sacrifice and investment donating to Trump and buying X, but you have only increased your own wealth and the wealth of your companies by practically invading Mar-a-Lago while trying to become Trump's side piece. Damn. The thing that's crucial here to remember, and I'm not saying I'm 100% like on, I can't disagree with a lot of what she's saying. I can't. Elon Musk is one of the smartest people in the world. And yet it took him 10 years to decide that Donald Trump is not the worst human being on the planet. That is a little strange, is it not? Is it not strange that it took Elon Musk a decade to figure out what everybody else in MAGA knew for the last decade, that Donald Trump is the man? And then, again, you can say a lot about Elon Musk if you want, and that's fine. He is a brilliant human being. And the moment that Trump got shot on TV, Elon Musk put his full he put it all on the line for Trump at that point in time. Okay? Now you have to ask yourself why. Well, I mean, he probably saw the writing on the wall. Trump is going to win now. They just literally tried to assassinate him, and he stood up there with blood running down the side of his face and said, fight, fight, fight. Of course he's going to win. All right? So Elon clearly got involved at the right time and put everything behind it. I'm thankful for Elon Musk. I really am. I'm just opening up the conversation right now. That's all I'm doing, is opening up the conversation and saying that you can dismiss Laura Loomer as being crazy all you want. There is some truth to what she's saying there that needs to be considered. Okay. Now that leads to her being demonetized. She's now demonetized, but not just her. There's other people that are being demonetized as well. This is a problem. This is a very big problem right now. Even a thread I was in, I'm worried if I'm going to get it hit now. So there's Gavin Wax. Gavin Wax just lost his. Let me see. There was another tweet somewhere right here. Give me just a minute, see if I can find it. So right here. So he's basically talking about algorithm changes. It's far more credible, verified subscriber accounts, not bots. Mute, block your account compared to those who like your post. Your reach will decline significantly. And I said, this is a fucking terrible idea. There's already too much coordination with left-wing groups out there. Now you're just making it easier by giving them the blueprint. And then this guy responds, says, lots of conservatives have lost their blue check mark. Laura Loomer, Gavin Wax, the conservative PAC, Raw Alerts. Damn, Elon's purging dissent. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what to make of all of this. But if you want, like, I did see that CNN does have a video they just uploaded talking about this. So this is the full CNN segment on the H-1B visas. Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy's comments on X. Here we go.
Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy don't often find themselves facing backlash from the MAGA universe, but tonight there's a major divide between Trump's advisors and his MAGA base. Also, a second black box was just recovered that could provide new clues about what caused that passenger jet to crash, killing dozens overseas, along with terrifying new video from inside as the plane was going down. And while LeBron James is telling the NFL to back off the NBA's...
And yes, that is Scott Presler for those that are... that is Scott Presler.
...crackdown when he takes office 25 days from now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday,
there is some nuance to what they're saying. I just want everyone to understand there's nuance to all of this, okay? So I understand why people are very sensitive to this, because this is exactly how it's been presented from the left in a pretty package, trying to make you think that this is for the good of the country. And the reality of it is that Americans, qualified Americans, have been pushed down. Qualified Americans have been told that, hey, we need to cover our diversity quota and all that bullshit. And you start hearing about this, you're like, no, America first. We voted for President Trump to get in here and clean this shit up, not to bring more of it in a different way. So that's why people are upset about this.
Musk posted this online saying, think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be. He later added, I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. He's talking about H-1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at $65,000, with another $20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. But that argument is not going over well with Trump's MAGA base, certainly not online. Some of them saying, we did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers. You don't even know what MAGA immigration policy is. Now, Trump himself, who I should note restricted H-1B visas in his first term, has said on the campaign trail this time around that he did want to make it easier for educated foreigners to work in the U.S.
What I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to.
Didn't he back off this, by the way? I'm pretty sure he backed off this as soon as he said it. I think he did. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he backed off this. Maybe I'm wrong.
Stay in this country.
I got to show you this real quick because I just saw this on my feed right here, the quartering. So Elon Musk just calling the right retarded outright here. Dude, what the F? Look at his reply. So this is Autism Capital says, so basically the right split into two factions, tech right and right. And so tech right is like, hey, we need the H-1B visa people to do the jobs. And the right was like, no, you need to hire Americans. And the tech right is like, but you guys are retarded. And Elon says that pretty much sums it up. That was eye-opening. Holy shit, man. What is going on with Elon right now? What is going on with him? I think that there's a discussion to be had about what Elon and Vivek are trying to say. It's coming off completely terrible. But that's the discussion part of it, which I am 100% open to have, and I'm glad that it's happening. Honestly, I've been following this news, and I've been keeping an eye on all of it, and it hasn't been that big of a deal to me until I started to see the people that are criticizing Elon are now getting hit. This is where the problem lies for me. All right, so we got an update for Raw Alerts. It seems the affiliated organization I was part of lost their affiliate badge or something. I'm not entirely sure what's happening or what's going on, but my check mark is under review, so I should be fine. Thanks so much for your support. So the organization that he was part of, or they, or who, I don't know who Raw Alerts is. I have no idea who they are. That still doesn't, like, so what organization were you part of, though? That's what I don't understand. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me still. This is a weird, weird situation, man. A very weird situation. Gavin Wax still doesn't know. Maybe Gavin Wax was part of the same group that Raw Alerts was. Insane that blue check marks are being removed from accounts that have been vocal in their criticism of the H-1B racket. Horrible look. I've supported Elon and X. Anyone who was at the NYY, or was it New York Republicans gala, can attest that I have dedicated a large portion of my speech to praising Elon. Sad. I've supported Elon too. I've thought the world of Elon. I did recently talk about how it's pretty freaking scary how much power and influence Elon is starting to get, which is a concern for sure. See what the quartering says right here. Everyone arguing over the H-1B stuff are arguing about fixing the symptom instead of the cure. Elon is getting shredded for this exact reason. The answer isn't important. Millions of people to fill jobs. It's to train the white men left behind by DEI in the past 10 years. Elon Musk is getting absolutely ripped apart right now. There is no doubt about that. Elon is getting crushed to a level that I've never seen Elon getting crushed this bad. There it is. He was right in 2016, and he's right now. President Trump has always put America first. My position on visas, and there it is right there. I will forever end the use of H-1B as a cheap labor program. I mean, what we're finding out right now, is Donald Trump is definitely the man in charge. It all stops with him. So that narrative that they were trying to create, that Elon was doing this or Elon was doing that, Trump is in charge. That's the bottom line. Her check mark is gone. It says March for Trump. So she's a Trump supporter, former producer for Sean Hannity, rally on J6. So are you affiliated with Conservative OG? Yep. Theirs is gone too. What have I missed? That's why yours is gone. It's going to be a glitch because their check mark disappeared, then reappeared, then disappeared again. It's quite strange. Okay. So this is the one. Apparently, there's a lot of people that are connected to this account, and their check mark has disappeared. And then they had a bunch of people that are affiliated with them. So because their check mark disappeared, all of these other people, their check mark disappeared. Is this live right now?
Economic opportunism is
Yeah,
what it is.
it's just
Them
economic
wanting
opportunism.
money.
So
Yeah.
I don't understand what I'm being punished for. And then it's so funny they try to gaslight you and say, "Oh, so do you really actually care about free speech, or do you care about being monetized?" Well, if we're promoting X as a platform to be used by citizen journalists, and you're trying to say, "Oh, come over to X instead of these other sites
Right.
because we're better," well, why should I feel shame in wanting to be monetized and wanting to have subscriptions and be able to have a verified account if I'm a journalist? I
Right.
went to school for journalism. I have a degree in broadcast communication and political science. I was valedictorian of my class. I graduated with a 4.0 GPA. So why am I supposed to be shamed all of a sudden into being like, "Oh, well, you're a grifter if you want to monetize your account"?
This is Laura Loomer
That's
talking,
what
by the
Elon
way,
Musk
everybody.
said. Monetize your account. It's premium. You can be a citizen journalist on X. So now I'm being shamed and called a troll, or having my intentions for wanting to be on the platform questioned simply because I want to be able to pursue my degree that I paid for.
So you just literally admitted to harassing this dude because he was Indian. This is literally what
I
just
never
was
said that. What are you
revealed here.
talking
Hey, Laura,
about?
just
What did I
send
say?
me that screenshot
you
and
just
send me your
say?
statement.
You
Where
just
did I
received
say
another thing.
I
That's exactly what you
harassed
just
him for
fucking
being
said.
Indian?
Oh,
Where did I
boy.
That's
say
exactly what just
Go.
fucking been stated.
That's not what I just said. What are you talking about?
No, you were reciting what was appearing on your phone apparently as a notification, and that was the reason for why your
Yes,
account was
this is
supposedly,
live.
like, I don't know,
That's
locked
what
or
they're
muted for
saying.
12
It's not
hours.
true. It's not true. It's not true
Fight.
No,
because
you literally harassed the dude for no reason.
I didn't
That's not
harass
what
Just
him.
because he's
That's-
Indian. That's
That's-
literally what you did.
No, I didn't. They can say whatever they want to say. It's not true.
No, that's actually it's basically what you did. You
No,
have
no,
a problem
I
with this
wanna-
one guy who's a politician, not because of his policies, but specifically because of his race.
He's not a politician. He's a tech advisor who's now going to be working with David Sachs in the Trump administration. He's not a politician.
Well, if you work in the administration, do you not somewhat deal with things that are political in
You
nature
are,
and thereby
but he's
become a politician by
he's not
executing?
somebody who we elected. A politician is somebody who runs for office who's elected. I mean, these are unelected bureaucrats.
What?
Yes. I
Oh
don't,
my
maybe we have a
God.
different understanding.
Do you have
of
any
what-
idea how ridiculous all of this sounds, right?
No, I consider
Do you know? Oh my
I
God.
consider a politician to be somebody who runs for office, and they either are
No,
elected or
it's
they're
not
not
Elon.
elected.
It's not
But he didn't
Elon.
run for office, so he was appointed to a position.
You know, if he's not a politician, then why are you targeting him as much?
Because I'm concerned about the people that are going to be advising on policy in the Trump administration.
You're concerned about his race?
No.
Then why specifically were you mentioning his race more than anything else?
I wasn't. I was highlighting the fact that he's an Indian immigrant. Maybe
That's exactly what that is.
You have to let her finish
No,
the point,
it
Adrian.
clouds
You have to let her finish the point.
it clouds his judgment.
This
on
is what you call an
issue.
admission?
No, it's
To be
about
fair, by the way,
perspective.
Let's let people speak. Let's not talk over people.
I am letting him speak. I'm the one
I'm
that
talking
said he should
to
come
Adrian,
back.
Laura. I'm talking to Adrian.
So, but wait a second. So, wait a
talking
second.
about
What
that?
is? What? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So what is the precedent that we're talking about here? You can't be critical of somebody because you're concerned that their nationality might
You can't be
influence
racist.
policy.
So this is what Kira sent me right here. I don't want to live in India at all. Laura Loomer response. God damn, Laura Loomer is savage as fuck, dude. Holy shit. I mean, but if that's the case, like if that's their justification for, you know, silencing her or suspending her, what's the explanation for everyone else that's lost their check mark and verification? That's where the question comes into play. That's what I'm not fully understanding at this point in time. You know what I mean? So, you know.